There are residents from all walks of life, and we know that anyone can have a situation that they fall behind on their rent and may be struggling. And the opportunity to help support residents with assistance to keep them in their homes and their communities of choice is really critically important for the Denver that we all love. The Department of Housing Stability works really across the housing continuum, so from residents experiencing homelessness to renters to home ownership. So we partner with various organizations who bring resources to residents in need. And some of our programs are really innovative and have been some of the first in the nation to help residents stay in their homes, as well as gain home ownership opportunities and resolve episodes of homelessness. Denver has a city ordinance that requires landlords to provide a tenant rights and resource guide to tenants at the time that they're signing a lease, as well as if and when they're going to receive a rent demand. This document's really important because it explains tenants' rights as well as resources that may be available to them if they're behind on rent and facing a potential eviction. Last year, we started bringing resources to the city and county building. So Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m., we bring free eviction legal services to the clinic. So if residents are facing eviction, it's near the eviction court. Residents can also work with those providers to get rent and utility assistance and connections to other resources.
The Community Economic Defense Project offers support through our legal arm, which is the CD Law. We have a group of amazing team of attorneys that can, one, provide support for tenants facing eviction, and also folks who also need assistance through mortgage assistance. They have attorneys that are specialized in that.
So it's a really great resource and a great starting point for folks who don't know which resource to turn to. And there's so much information out there, and so it's great to have these organizations who are located in Denver, who know the landscape of the local ordinances and the state bills and laws that relate to tenant rights. In 2023, Denver saw nearly 13,000 eviction filings. That's the most Denver has seen in at least the last 15 years. And we're in 2024 already seeing a high number of eviction filings with nearly 4,000 in the first 3 months. And eviction can have really negative long-term impacts on households, potentially having a harder time finding housing in the future, possible homelessness, job loss, children having a difficult time going to school or having to change schools. Studies have also shown that evictions can have negative impacts on people's physical and mental health as well.
Evictions come in many forms. So you have an eviction where you didn't pay your rent, you've fallen behind. But on the fair housing side, there tend to be landlords and property management because you're asking for reasonable accommodation. A lot of landlords are not wanting to provide that, and they feel even if the tenant has the means of paying for it, they don't want to do the work. So they'll find a reason why they should evict them or end their lease early. So that's where I come in and explain what the Fair Housing Act is. I take them through those special steps to make sure that they're able to either get in their house or stay in their house.
We do have one program that is both for renters and homeowners that's accessibility modifications for residents with disabilities. So it's a really important program for residents who want to age in place, so older populations or younger folks with disabilities, to get those accessibility modifications, which may be ramps for stairs or roll-in showers and those sort of things. So it's a really great program. And there are also energy assistance programs as well that can help with folks who have high energy costs that need assistance with those bills as well. The sooner that residents can connect with those various resources, the more likely they're going to be to prevent the eviction and prevent having that eviction on their record.
There's also mediation that you can access as well. It's a situation where you can talk with a landlord, your representative, and see what kind of compromises you can come before it gets to the court process. You can work out a repayment plan, maybe reduce some of the overdue balances that are on your ledger.
Everything we do here is free. So we put in a lot of time. We have an education and outreach department. If you're wanting to know more about your fair housing right, please contact us.
Our partners often share success stories with us, and those stories are what keep us motivated to keep doing the hard work that we're doing. Want to make sure that residents know that denvergov.org/housing is a place that residents can go to get access to information on these resources and many, many others. The eviction process can be complicated, it can be confusing, and these resources are really there for residents to get access to information and the resources that can help prevent those negative impacts that we talked about earlier.
Stay elevated by subscribing to the city's YouTube page and stay tuned to our social media channels for more content. Don't miss our new episodes of Elevating Denver, premiering each month. Thanks for watching, Denver.